Hello YouTubers, Rogan Jr. here, and in today's video I am bringing you some new specializations that are currently in the Battlefield 1 CTE with the 3 Apocalypse infantry maps that now have textures and new weapon skins and a couple of other things. But yeah, we're going to focus on the new specializations. So there are a total of 8 new specializations. So let's get right started here. So Privateer, swim 25% faster with your melee weapon in hand. Pretty straightforward. Don't see it being all that useful except maybe in the Turning Tides DLC maps. I personally don't swim all that much, but it could come in useful. Awareness, enemies spotted by you remain spotted for 25% longer. That's great. It helps, especially when there's a lot of stuff going on. You can follow them and track them easier. Slink, the sound of your footsteps is reduced. Now I'd be curious to know how much the footsteps are, the sound of footsteps are reduced by. If it's like 10%, might not be all that great, and if it's too much, then it might seem like a little bit too powerful, because something like this, you gotta be, you can't just make it like 50% noise reduction. It would just be insane. People wouldn't hear like you coming behind them. So I'd be curious to see how much it is. And then we come to these. So these 5 last perks, or the 5 following perks, the only thing that they say in the description right now is that they give you a penalty. So it's a penalty thing for now, but I imagine that there's going to be something that you gain from taking this, because, for example, let's go and read through all of these and try and figure out what's going to happen when they go live. So Reaper, death comes for all of us, quicker for some than others. So lose 1 health per second. Performing a kill stalls the poison for 10 seconds. So obviously this is a debuff for your character, but there's got to be a trade-off here. So you have to get something good to, you know, accept a debuff of this stature. Like, this is pretty damn harsh. Like, lose 1 health per second. That's a lot if you don't get kills pretty quickly, and it only stalls it for 10 seconds. So I would imagine you're going to get something really good in trade-off for getting this debuff. So anyways, let's keep going through. So Peacock, you see yourself as the hero and want everyone to know it. Once you are spotted, you remain spotted until death. This one is a doozy. So that is quite rough. You're spotted once and people can see you until you die. That is insane. It better be a good trade-off to actually accept to have this as a debuff or negative aspect on your specializations, because that is actually pretty crazy. So moving on to Paranoia. After seeing the effects of gas firsthand, you never want to experience it for yourself. You cannot remove your gas mask. So that's all equally crazy. I find all of these like pretty crazy. So like I said, you really need to have good trade-offs in order to accept these, because like some of the previous specializations are actually pretty good. So I can't really see myself picking some of these over the other ones. So if as soon as you go into gas, you can never take off your gas mask. So that would have a very negative aspect, especially on, let's say you're playing the scout or classes that don't really have that good hipfire accuracy. I mean, assault, it's, you know, it's not too bad because most weapons you can actually do pretty decent with hipfire. But if you're playing some of the other classes, damn, this is crazy. So death toll, life is precious, don't throw it away. Each death deducts 200 points from your round score. So I feel like this one is probably the least harsh of the 5, because that would just make it so that you have to focus on not dying as much, and 200 points isn't all that crazy. I mean, especially when they're really high rank, you don't really care about points anymore. So I think that they're gonna have to rework this one possibly, because for people, like I said, who are high rank, the buff would probably be worth it depending on what it is. And moving on to the final debuff, or specialization debuff, Scavenger. You seem to always run out of ammo, and you must loot the battlefield for more. You can only carry 1 magazine per weapon. So that to me sounds interesting. It just sounds like a really cool game mechanic to implement. It doesn't even sound like a debuff, but I mean it is, because you have to scavenge for ammo. But I find it a really cool concept, and I would love to see what the buff is in order to have this as a trade-off, because to me that's not really that bad. If you kill a lot of people, you can, you know, scavenge and loot for ammo all the time, which isn't all that bad. So I'm curious to see what they're going to come up with, but this is a very interesting take on class specializations, I think, because we've never really had that. Before it was always straight forward buffs to your character or your player or whatever class you were playing, but now you can actually pick a trade-off. So I would imagine they're going to be really good buffs that you can get, but I mean, you have that negative aspect to the specialization, and I really like the concept of this, and I can't wait to see what they offer up for these negative aspects. So let me know in the comments down below what you guys think of these 8 new specializations. I'd love to know your thoughts on this, especially the 5 last ones. I really want to see some crazy ideas down there. But yeah, while you're down there, be sure to hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Don't forget to join the Discord server, link in the description down below. And as always, thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.